Hey guys, what's up? Just started getting into FSEconomy. Welcome to the stream. Going to be doing a few trips today on FSEconomy, and it's pretty cool. I'm definitely something that keeps you engaged in flight sim. Another thing to do like Pilot Edge that sort of keeps things engaged. And yeah, so kind of looking forward to getting into this. I'm at San Diego right now, and I am in the Bambino Piper Seminole. I don't know if you guys saw the video I put up with the a delivery that I created, but you can check that out on my channel. And it's a four passenger plane, so works pretty well for smaller trips on FSEconomy. And yeah, so I've run a couple of trips already, actually 2 trips, and already making some money. It's pretty cool. I guess the idea is to build up your bank account, so you can buy planes. Right now I'm renting a plane, but I looked at like the cost of a Seminole is about $350,000. So I've got to make quite a bit of money in order to own one, and then you're not paying the rental fees. But I think probably the object is to buy a plane that's got like 6 or 8 seats, so you can take more passengers or even more than that. Probably jets are probably the best thing because you can take a full load. But in any event, I'm going to stick with GA on FSEconomy and try to earn some cash and become a aviation mogul. That's really cool. And the thing is, it's all free, so it's pretty cool. Now, it's free in a sense. I mean, the service is free, but you have to own the plane in your X-plane inventory in order to use the plane in FSEconomy. So in other words, when I rent this this Seminole in FSEconomy, I have to have one in my inventory in X-plane 11. So that would mean if I wanted to use a Seminole, I'd have to buy one for X-plane, and then I could rent it in FSEconomy. Hopefully that's not too confusing. It's like a parallel system that runs along with X-plane. I'm going to show you here in a second. But yeah, so let's see. Let me pull this up here. Where's my thing? Hold on, give me 1 second here. Okay, there you go. So this is my FSEconomy account, Bambino. I've got $2,489. Pretty cool. That's based on 2 trips I did from Ksan to L12, which is Redlands, and then Redlands and back. And for some reason, it was basically the same kind of trip, but for some reason, I made a lot more money on the second one, which is fine. I could actually view that, and you could see my rental costs, $139. Somehow, I guess I got a discount on that. That's weird. And fuel costs, ground crew costs, etc. And then somehow this came out to $1,800, even though the income was only $1,315. But I'm not complaining. So anyway, that's the trips that I did here. Now I'm at Ksan now, so I'm going to look for another flight to get a Ksan. So let's see. I did pull up. I know there's one at at Ksan to 29 Palms, because I want to rent a Seminole again, and I saw one in here, right here. That's 4 passengers. That's not going to be good for me. I need a 3-passenger trip. Let's see. There's one to Redlands. I already went there. I don't feel like going to Redlands again. So let's scroll down here, see if we can find one. Okay, that's here we go. 1836, 105 nautical miles, 3 passengers, Swanee passengers, air taxi to 29 Palms, KTNP. So I think that's probably the one I'm going to take, KTNP. Let me just put this in here. Hopefully this will show up on. Just going to enter my stuff here. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we'll go with this guy here, and we're going to have to rent the plane. So we'll rent the Seminole again. Rent dry. I don't know what rent wet means. I'm not really sure. I just rent it dry. Okay, we're renting that plane. Did we pick? Oh, did we pick a job here? I don't think we picked a job yet. Let's just see. Where is it? It's a little confusing sometimes. Maybe I did. Let's just see here. Let's see. Ksan. My flight. Okay, I gotta go back to here. Ksan. Where is it? Well, that's a good one, but it's 4 passengers. Okay, it's this one here, right? So I want that one. And I scroll down to here, and I say add silence to my flight. Okay. All right, that should be... I should be able to go to my flight now. Okay. There we go. There's the flight. Ksan to KTMP, 105 nautical miles. I can check the fuel now. So it's going to be 308 kilograms, 3 passengers. Calculate fuel exceeds limit. Whoa. What do you mean exceeds limit? It's only 100 and 100. Oh, I see why. I put 03. 308. What? That's weird. So it's I don't understand. It's 100 nautical miles, 3 passengers. Oh, maybe because of their baggage and stuff. I guess 308. Let's just make sure. 308 kilograms. All right, so this is, I guess I can't do that flight, so I got to release this one. All right, so let's go back to the airports again. We'll go to San. Let's take a. I guess we'll take a smaller. What do you call it? 2 air taxi passengers. We can try that, or 3. This is 3. It's the same money. So we might as well go to 2. Let's check this one out. Okay. Let's go to my flights. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. My flights. Now we got to calculate. So 2 seats. So payload is 231. Passengers is 2. Calculate. Okay, 31 gallons. We got 37 gallons. I'm not going to cut it that close. So I'm going to refuel. And I'm going to put fill it to let's just do 60. Let's see, 37, 60. Let's do 55 gallons. San Diego. Okay, so now we're gonna have 55 gallons, so we should be fine. So we're ready for departure, but now we need to set up. I want to set up my GPS. So this is Apple Valley. So let's go to my GPS here. Flight plan. Let's clear this out. Yes, okay, we're going to scroll down. And here we'll enter. Apple Valley is 27CA. Let's just see what Holiday Ranch, Apple Valley. Let's just see what that's really called. Sometimes the nomenclature is different on airport. What is it called? Yeah, 27CA. Okay, 27CA. So let's see if we can enter that into here. So 2, 7, C. There you go. That's our guy. Yep. 110 nautical miles. Flight plan is in. Good to go. So now we go into FSEconomy and we log in. Start flight. Boom. We got 55 gallons, 2 passengers. We're good to go. I guess I could take this. So just go back to my flights, and we're in progress. Beautiful. All right, so I could take this off now. And we're going to a different, what did we say it was? I'm going to put this in the, this is 2, 7, C, oops, CA. And hopefully this will, yeah, 110 nautical miles. So you'll be able to see the progress down here, which is cool. Trying to get all this stuff set up. So now let's see where we're going here. 27CA. Airports. 27CA. Oops. Was it called Holiday Ranch? Nope. Well, I don't know if I can pull it up here. Well, this I gotta figure what the hell it's called. 27CA, right? Why is it in here? 27CA. It's not in here. That's weird. Must be a tiny ass little airport. I would like to be able to figure out where the hell we are going, but so we know what to do when we're going to land there. A game changer. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I do. Be 1 second here so I could figure this shit out here. I don't know why it's not sure why it's not showing up here. Why I can't find it on. It's called Apple Valley. It's Apple Valley. Maybe it's Apple Valley. No, I don't think that's it. Well, we're gonna have to, let's see. I guess we'll just have to figure it out when we get there. So we got our GPS, gonna take us 110 nautical miles. We'll rely on the GPS to get us there. Let's just do that. So, all right. So we got plenty of fuel. We got our GPS cooking here. We're gonna assume checklists, and we are going to fly our way to Holiday Ranch in Apple Valley, California. I wish I could pull it up on the sectional charts, but for some reason I can't. In any event, let's just give this a go. Got my new pedals. Okay. And let's roll. Nothing like flying in VR. Okay, so let's get our GPS on. CDI on GPS. That's the first thing we're going to do here. So we could pick up our route, which is right there at the end of the runway, which is nice. Yeah, here we go. And rotate. Wheels up. Let's get our carb heat on. We'll take it up to 4,000. Actually, the GPS is to the, gonna make a left-hand bank here, so. Get our nav on. I don't know why that doesn't come up on the sectional. Must be, maybe it's a airstrip, like a grass airstrip or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Got to get these passengers there. That's for sure. Beautiful San Diego here. I'm using Ortho 4XP for all of the Southern California area wherever Pilot Edge is in Southern California. I've got Ortho. Takes up about 80 gig, but it's well worth it. You can. It looks amazing in VR. It really does. All right, so we're picking up our GPS vector here and climbing up to 4K. And maybe for safety's sake, we'll get the 5K. Although we seems to be kind of almost, we're not quite hugging the coast, but we're not. It's not too far inland. But well, it's going to level off here because I've got it. I got the pre thing set there, so we're going to level off here at altitude. That's fine. 4,000 is fine. Now let's try to figure out where the hell this airport is. We got 106. Let's see. The GPS is figuring out time. Still calculating it. I mean, X-Plane knows it as 227CA. I'm not sure why I can't find it on the sectional. It's kind of odd. So it looks like it's going to be about a half-hour flight, so that's not too bad. All right, let's see if we can find this thing on the sectional. Thanks for joining the stream, guys. Let me see if I can find this damn place. So it's definitely going to be this way. It's French Valley. We're probably past French Valley. Harris Valley. It's going to be further than Redlands because that's about 80 nautical miles. I know that. There's Apple Valley. There's Holiday. It's a private airport. Okay, that makes sense. It's right there. Alright, so we're flying to a private airport, which means I don't have much information about it. So I would have probably gotten a briefing. In real life, I would have gotten a briefing.
Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 23,000 scattered. Temperature 12, dew point -25.
Alright, so but we know right where we're going. It's to the east of Apple Valley, and it's 3,260 feet. So we're gonna have to be up at about 45. So we're gonna climb into. We're gonna go up to the mountains a little bit. So at least now we know where the hell we're going, which is good. So. But I don't know why. Well, it's too bad they don't have a chart on it, but we'll figure that out. Now now we kind of know, right? Not kind of, we know. 3,500 feet. So we're going to have to be... Let's get this thing up a little bit. Let's get ourselves up. Just take it up about to 5,000. "32 minutes to go." Beautiful Southern California. And hopefully we'll make some money. All right, so I installed the new FlyInside update. It just came out like July 7th, and apparently they've fixed the black screen bug. Since I've used it, I haven't had any black screens. I will tell you, I was trying a trip from Redlands to San Diego, and 3 times I did it, I got black screens before I tried the update. I put the update in. I did that same trip and I didn't get a black screen. So I'm not sure if that's, you know, a true test that it's working, but it was a positive, if I should say. So hopefully no more black screens with FlyInside next plane, because that was a pain in the ass. I'd be in the middle of a trip and recording it, and black screen would happen, and I'd have to basically start from where I left off at some airport in the middle of it. Just a total pain in the ass. But I'm glad that they fixed that. Let's go to 5,500. This way we're 2,000 above the Holiday's elevation, which is 3,500. So we'll be well within a safe range to get there. So if you guys haven't checked out FSEconomy, it's pretty cool. Just Google it, FSEconomy. There's 2 things you do. You sign up for FSEconomy, and then you have to go on their community forum and request a gaming login, okay? Which is different from your FSEconomy login. So your gaming login is what you use when you're actually using the service. Let me just get myself leveled off here at 55. And that's good right there. $55.12, perfect. So yeah, so you sign up, and then you set up a requested account. In about a day you'll get it. Sometimes sooner. It took about a day for me to get it. And then you go in and use the system. Now you have to install the X-Plane client, which is a little complicated. There's full instructions on FSEconomy's site on how to do that. You have to use a certain release of Python, and you can run 2 separate releases of Python, because I have a more current release running for one of the other things that I use. I can't remember, but this is 2.7.9 of Python that is specifically for FSEconomy. So you install that, install the X-Plane script, and there's, like, again, there's a full instructions. Now, what I found when I first tried it, it didn't work. I rebooted my computer and it worked. So, just a hint: once you install FSEconomy, I suggest, if it doesn't work, just reboot your computer and it'll probably work for you. That seemed to work for me. Well, it did work for me, and it's pretty simple. It's not that arduous, and what I'm planning on doing is combining this with Pilot Edge. So if you're running FSEconomy with Pilot Edge, that's a pretty real-world experience, right? So you've got a reason to fly for the cargo, and then now you've got to fly within the bounds of Pilot Edge and real-world communication and ATC and all that. So it really makes it like a pretty cool, realistic experience, not just from the VR cockpit, but from what you have to do procedurally, and the fact that you're actually completing a mission, if you will, because you're bringing passengers somewhere, or cargo, or whatever, and you can build your way up in FSEconomy. As you make money, you can use your money to either buy planes, or really to buy planes, so that you can save yourself the rental. And I'm wondering if you can actually lease out the planes, which would be cool. I'll have to dig into that and see if you can put together like a whole airline. I'd like to, maybe if that's possible, I could have Bambino Air, and we can have some of the subscribers get into that. It'd be kind of cool to do. I think Squirrel has that, so I'm going to look into that. That might be something cool to do. We had like a co-op where, I had a bunch of planes, and you guys could lease them or whatever. Anyway, it just kind of like adds, well, not kind of, it definitely adds another dimension to flight simulation. You're not just getting your plane and flying around looking for something to do. You're actually doing something, which is pretty cool. So, FSEconomy, check it out. There's a ton of videos on getting started, some really good ones actually, that'll help you understand it. Programmer, who is another flight sim enthusiast, he's got a video that he did like about a year ago, but it's still relevant, and that's the one that really kind of helped me understand. So shout out to him. That helped me really understand what to do and the whole concept behind it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. FSEconomy. So now I can't see chat in the headset. So because for some reason the Google pop-out chat window, not the Google, the pop-out chat window for YouTube, when I try to use it with FlyInside's virtual windows, it just hangs up X-Plane. So I'm trying to figure out a way to get that to work, so I don't have to take the headset off. But I do have to take it off to chat with you guys. So if you got any questions, feel free to say hello in the chat. Any questions about VR? Be happy to answer any questions for you. I mean, it's kind of a big week. Oculus blew everybody away this week by lowering the price of their system to $400. And what you're getting with that is the Rift headset, you're getting the Oculus Touches, and you're getting 2 sensors and a bunch of games, like a half a dozen games, some really good games. Robo Recall is one of them. It's a really great game. But that's 2 Now, when I bought mine, I bought the Oculus Rift. Actually came with 2 sensors. It was a Rift and 2 sensors for $600, and then another $200 for the Touches. So it cost me $800. So basically, that's half price of what I paid. What it was, when did I buy mine? September last year. So it's half the price of what most of us paid for this. If you're on, have been on the fence about getting into VR, that offer right there, you have to jump on that. You have to jump on that. And you know, you got to remember, there's a big, oh, what should I buy, Vive or Rift? And there's a million views on each way, and both of them are good systems, and both of them have pros and cons. And I get asked a lot, which one should I buy? And I've used them both. I've only owned a Rift and an HDK2. Don't buy an HDK2 unless you want to tinker with it and do stuff like that. But if you're just looking at a plug and play, it's Rift or Vive. I'm partial to Rift because one, it's very easy to install. Two, it's one cable to the headset. Okay, one cable. It's a lot less cables. Three, it's very comfortable. It's light. The material that they make it out of is like I've never had an issue with the glass fogging up, ever. The lenses fogging up, ever, because there is some ventilation. And that's something that had issues with Vive. Once you start moving around your head, you kind of sweat in there, and you get like condensation building up in the lenses. I've never had that with a Rift. And the libraries behind it is very good. You've got a big company behind it, Facebook. Now, some people don't like Facebook. I don't like a lot of things Facebook does. But again, you've got a big company with a lot of money behind it, so you know it's not going away. You know they're going to be developing content. So it's a solid investment on the VR side. Now, as far as the Vive goes, it's really good. They're comparable in display imaging, so you're not going to see much difference in that. You know, I think the room scale with Vive is probably a little better. So if that's what you're into, the room scale gameplay, standing up, you know, fighting with swords and all that stuff, Vive's probably going to be a little bit better for that as far as the tracking goes, and it's got the wireless lighthouse stations. But I think the touch controllers are much more ergonomic than the Vive controllers, so I would actually rather use a touch controller. But again, there's plus and minuses for both. I prefer Rift. At $400, you get everything you need right there to use a Rift for flight simulation. Absolutely everything you need. You really don't need the 3 sensors for flight sim because you're sitting down. As long as you have the 2 sensors in front of you that are picking up your head movements, that's all you need. You could buy an extra sensor for I think it's $59 now. So if you wanted to have room scale and have the 3 sensors, you could do that. Okay, so that's if you've been on the fence about getting into VR flight sim, Rift is $400 right now, and I know it's a limited offer. So I would jump on that. Now you're going to need FlyInside to use for X-Plane. I think that's $40, but you can download you can download their trial. I think it's like a 15-day trial or whatever, and try it out. I've been using it for months now and it's been working fine. It's got a few glitches here and there, like the virtual windows don't work as good as you'd like them to. That's one thing. The other thing that's a con about FlyInside is that you can't use different cameras. You're stuck with the 3D cockpit view. I can't show you different views with that. Now their FSX version, you can do that, but not with X-Plane. Now they're working on that. So you've got FlyInside right now. Now the other thing is, X-Plane and Laminar Research at Flight SimCon, just before that actually, they announced that they're working on integrated native VR. I put a video up on it. You can check it out on my channel. It's got the presentation and the demonstration of it. That's slated to be ready in fall of this year. So let's say November of this year. Okay? You're going to have native VR. You won't need FlyInside for X-Plane 11 in about 4 months, 3-4 months, right? So now we got to see what it's going to be like. Everybody at Flight SimCon said it was amazing. They've got a long way to go. There's a lot of problems to solve. You know, right now I know with P3D, a lot of people say FlyInside is better for P3D, even though P3D has native VR. They say FlyInside's version is better. I have a feeling that Laminar is going to do it right. and that VR is going to be pretty cool for X-Plane native VR. So looking forward to that. Anyway, you've been on the fence about VR for flight sims. Jump on it. Jump on the Rift right now. $400. It's a great deal. You're going to need a pretty robust PC. I have a video. It's Flight Simulation Guide, VR Flight Simulation Guide. That'll give you some good information. In a nutshell, you're going to need at least a 1070, GTX 1070, my suggestion. Your CPU needs to be an i7 quad-core class, like a 6700 or better. Okay, I would say is probably the place you want to be if you're going to use X-Plane and fly inside. Because remember, you've got three things there. You got the Rift, you got fly inside, you got X-Plane, and all those are taking up CPU and taking up GPU. All right, so you need a pretty powerful system. 16 gig of RAM minimum, I would say. And as far as the drive goes, SSD for your boot drive if you can. You don't. That's not really necessary. X-Plane doesn't really care about that. It's more load time. I have all SSDs. I prefer that just to save the time. But the hard drives are, as long as you have if you have a regular hard drive with 7200 RPM, you should be fine. So those are kind of the specs you're going to need for VR. I've got a 1080 Ti. I had a 1070. The 1070 was fine, but definitely made a difference. The 1080 Ti. As I've been using it now for a couple of weeks and been at different airports with different airplanes and X-Plane, I'm starting to see the difference. And certainly for other games, it's pretty amazing. Like I was playing Robo Recall the other day with a 1080 Ti for the first time, and it was like amazing. The frame rates are incredible. So anyway, 1070 or above, you know, if you got the extra money, get a 1080 Ti, and you're not going to have, you know, you're pretty much going to be right in the ballpark. So, or well above the ballpark, I should say. Anyway, if you're interested, check out that video I did, Flight Simulation, VR Flight Simulation Guide. It's about 8 minutes, but it'll give you a lot of info and background information that'll help you with your decision, hopefully. Now, this mountain range is looking pretty low here, so I think I'm gonna have to move up here a little bit. Let's just see here. Let's take it up to 65. Still have 50 nautical miles, so we're making good progress to the little private airport. I guess these people were just shuttling back from KSAN to the little private airport. Kind of an odd job. There are a lot of jobs for Seminoles on flight sim economies, FSEconomy, so that's cool. Seminole's nice because, you know, you can get the airspeed and you can fit, you know, 3 passengers, so pretty cool. All right, we'll take this up to 65. Maybe 7. Now the other thing is, recently I added 16 gig. I went to 32 gig of memory, and I have to tell you, since I did that, I'm noticing a lot less micro stuttering. You know, when you're with X-Plane, you get those little stutters. I'm noticing that has pretty much disappeared with 32 gig. 32 gig's a lot of RAM, right? I mean, but you know now, and when I was monitoring X-Plane use, I never saw it go above like 10 gig. But, you know, there's other stuff running. I don't know. I think that giving it that extra 16 gig completely gives it a ridiculous amount of RAM, so that you know you're never going to run into any paging, ever have to do any paging, because that's what slows things down when you're paging. So yeah, I think that made a difference. We're going to just go to 7K here. The one thing I wish they would fix, and I think it's laminar, is whenever you have clouds, you get like flickering cloud shadows on the ground, and the more clouds you have, the worse it is. I like to put a little bit of those are like light cirrus clouds in there, just so you can have some cloud background, right? But if you put anything thick in there, you get like these wavy moving shadows that are like, you know, really distracting. So that's something that you've got to fix. So we're at 7,000 now. I guess we got to keep climbing here. And I could take it that way, but I'd rather just go straight line. Should probably lean this out a little bit as we get up here. Beautiful mountain peak right there. Love this ortho scenery, man. It's awesome. All right, that should be good right there. We're gonna hold right there. Looks pretty cool from 8,000 feet. It's amazing the definition of that ortho, like the 3D definition. It's pretty cool. Hello, Mason. Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate that. We're heading to Holiday Ranch, which is in Apple Valley, California. Dropping off a couple of passengers on doing FSEconomy. There's RE, what you call it? Redlands is down there. That's where I flew the other day. Right down there. Yeah, so pretty cool. So Mason, are you X-Plane user? Are you a VR X-Plane user? Or I tell you what, I think I have to take this off autopilot and get myself up here a little bit. I mean, once we get over these mountains, we'll be fine. Everything will just drop right down. We'll actually probably drop it down to about back down to 5,000. Could have gone over there and crossed in that little valley, but rather save the gas. All right, so we've got 27 nautical miles, about 10 minutes out. Got to find this little place, this little private airport we're flying these 3 people to. In the Bambino Piper Seminole, 328 Tango Delta. That's the tail number I use in all my planes. So now I've got 3 custom liveries. I've got this plane. I've got the stock Cessna 172 Skyhawk. I've got a Bambino livery on that. That's the same tail number. And then I've got a Cirrus SR20. That's the V-Flight Air Cirrus SR20 that has the Bambino colors on it as well. And that's 328 Tango Delta. I just gave them all the same tail number just so it's easy to remember for pilot edge depending on when I'm flying. But then I seem to like get mixed up. Like I'll be in the Seminole and I'll say Skyhawk 328 Tango Delta instead of saying Seminole. So maybe it might have been a wiser idea to have different tail numbers, but I just thought it'd be easier to remember. Okay, well, if we ever had a problem, we would probably have to glide right over there to the to our 10 o'clock right there. Find a flat place to land, but because right now well, look at that! Check it out. There's an R right there in the mountain. Pretty cool. If we had a problem right here, we would be up Schitt's Creek for sure. We have to put the flaps on and try to glide our way down to flatlands down there. But in any event, we're going to cross here. We're at 9,000 feet. Now this thing is supposedly at 3,500, so it's probably in that ridge right below, right down there, so we'll find it. That's why it's nice to have the GPS. $20 miles out. I tell you, that Benny overlay is really nice. It can gives you guys a sense of exactly what's going on with the plane. Not only just, you know, the airspeed and altitude, but where I am when the trip, which is really cool. It's a great idea. And it's free. It's free. It's perfect for streamers that are, you know, trying to, you know, provide some information. All right, let's see where we are here on the map. There's Holiday right there. All right, so we're gonna get over that ridge, I guess, and it's just beyond there, so I don't think we can go back down yet. Nice thing about these high altitude flights is you're burning a lot less fuel. So hopefully FSEconomy takes that into consideration. I'm going to just keep the nav on, so we stay on our heading. This is the fun part. because I didn't have an airport chart, I don't know any idea. I don't have any idea how this runway is laid out or whatever. I don't know which way it goes. I don't know because I don't know the number of it. So it's all going to be like spot it, figure it out, enter the pattern, and land. All right, so we've got 12 nautical miles. I should be able to see it now. Let's see if I can zoom in here and see it. I don't see an airport. I do not see an airport. Okay, well, this is going to be an adventure. It's got to be over that ridge, right? I would imagine. We're in the chart. Let's see. We've got a little ways to go. It's that R, where that R is, so. I don't know what R means. I guess I should probably know what R means, right? Seven miles. It should be right there. And I think I see it. I think I do see it. Let's just make sure. Yep, there it is. Okay, cool. So let's get my rudders on, take this off auto, and just one more. There we go. All right, we're just going to go straight in. Right there, right over the ridge. Start to slow the plane down. Flaps. Now, Apple Valley is right next to it, right over there. This is just a little strip that's a private little airport. Interesting approach. You've got this big ass peak, this little peak right here. Not little peak, this big ass peak. All right, we want our landing gear down. All right, 3 green on the landing. Mixture full, prop full, gear down. We got our full gump. Gas to both, which it is. Undercarriage is down. Mixture is in and prop is in. Full. And we are heading to Holiday Ranch. Maybe these guys are going for a weekend retreat or something. Small little place. Trim up a little bit. Let's go to full flaps. Hopefully I got enough runway to land this beast. All right, 3,500. So we're at 600 feet. 500. 400. That is a small airstrip. That is a really small airstrip. Flaps up. Yeah, it's basically a dirt strip. All right, brakes. Set parking brake.
Brakes set.
All right, let's see. Go to FSEconomy. Oops, FSEconomy. And I gotta turn the engines off. That's right, you always gotta turn the engines off. It says eng, say finish flight. Flight is logged, results blah blah blah. Okay, cool. So that's good. Now what we could do is go to, see how we did here. Go to our flight thing. And just, okay, let's go to our log. Okay, there we go. Oh, we lost money. Damn. Damn. Well, that'll teach me a lesson. How did that happen? Incomes. Let's see. So it cost me that. Distance bow. Wait. A negative distance bonus? That's messed up. I don't understand that. What? It was $1,000 bonus to take this flight. All right, so there's something that I'm not getting about this. Interesting. Okay, well, lesson learned, I guess. Let's go to this airport and see if there's any gigs here. All right, so we can go to Kate. Where's this? It's 160 miles. Arizona. Well, that's kind of a bummer. All right, let's let's see what we got here. A patient transfer. 160 miles. I can't use my plane. Skyhawk. I can't use a Skyhawk. Okay, well, that sucks. All right, let's go back here. Damn. That sucks, man. All right, well, I want to do one more. So we're still got $2,400. Let's try a different flight. Let's go to airports. Let's go down here. We're gonna stick in the Cessna. I mean the not the Cessna, the Piper. There's a PA-44. Come on. All right, rentable. Go. All right. Holiday Ranch. I don't want to do that. Wait. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do something else. Trenton Robbinsville. Let's see what they got. Trenton's Robbinsville. Regional cargo. I can't carry that much. These are all cheap ass flights. Forget that. JFK. I don't want to do that. Santa Clara. Check out Santa Clara. 4 passengers, can't do that. 3 passengers, $1,900. Let's see where we're going to. Oh, is it 200 nautical miles? That's about an hour trip. Let's see. You can do this. What does that mean? I can't rent it. Oh, it needs to be repaired. Damn. Okay, well, let's go back to here. Not many opportunities. Bonus $1,000. So 2 patient transfer. It tells me I could use that. Okay, so why don't I do that? Why don't we do that one? 160 nautical miles. Okay, so let's rent this. Well, let's do this first. Let's do this. Add assignments. Okay. And then let's rent this. Go to my flight. 108. Let's do the calculation. So it's 108. 108. 2 passengers. 77 gallons. All right, so we got to refuel. We're going to go to, might as well just go full, 108. Okay, got a full tank. We're going 160 nautical miles. We're already here at 2CA, so let's go to our GPS, go to flight plan. We're going to go to here, and we're going to go to K. Oops. I. G. M. There we go. Kingman. Enter. Yes. 160 nautical miles. Okay. And we're ready for departure. Let's take a look at Kingman. Where is it? Let's see. So we're going to go airports. It's K. What is it again? K-I, oops. I-G-M. Kingman. Take a look at that diagram. Kingman. Okay, that's a pretty decent airport. We can come in on 3, likely. But we know what that looks like, which is cool. So, all right, we got 160 nautical miles. That's a pretty decent trip. $2,000. Hopefully, this will make us some money. And we're ready for departure here. So let's turn this off. Go into here. We're going from. Just make sure I got my. Oops. We're going to K. What the hell is it again? IGM. IGM. Okay, cool. 160 nautical miles. You guys can see it down there. And we are good to go. So we're going to take off here and let's see, just make sure our flight plan is right. Flight plan is right. Let's set our, let's look at the airports again. Frequency, CTAF. SETCOM 1 to 122.8.
COM1 set to 122.8.
SETCOM 2 to 119.275.
COM2 set to 111.75.
SETCOM 2 to 119.275.
COM2 set to 119.27.
All right, good. So now we got our ATIS and we got our CTAF in the mix here. So clear. No. Flight plan. Shit. I did this wrong again. So let's clear this. Yes. Flight plan. Yep. Let's go down. K. I. G. Kingman. Yep. That's our flight plan. Cool. GPS. CDI's on GPS. And we are good to go. All right. Without any further ado, we are going to take off and head to Kingman in Arizona. Back to maps. I better make sure I have enough fuel and explain. All right. Cool. We got full tanks now. We do have to start things up here, though. Left. Oh, to get our mixture in, prop 3/4. Our engines are up and running, and we are good to go. All right. Taking off from Holiday Ranch. Oops, wait. I forgot one thing. I have to go into here. FSEconomy. Start flight. Okay, good. Now we're good to go. We'll just take off in the desert here. Give me a little flaps. Come on, get up. Get up. There you go. Turn around and pick up the GPS. And there's our vector. Boom. All right, let's get that on nav. And we will just climb up to, I think we should go to 10K. I better make money with this one. Kind of close. All right, we're fine. Let's just check the elevation of this airport. Where is it? Where's the elevation? 33.6. All right. Okie dokie. Well, the good news is that I haven't seen any blackouts in FlyInside, which is great. Set heading bug to 063.
Heading bug set to 063 degrees.
Just so we know we're on our heading. It's going to take care of one thing here. All right, just wanted to get the word out and hopefully get some more people in here. It's going to be my last trip, though. I think we're good here at 8,000. I think we're good at 8,000. You see that little that flickering of the clouds right there? That's one thing I hate. So where are we now? We're crossing into, do we already cross into New Mexico here? Or Arizona? I think we... Yeah. I don't think yet. I think we're still in California. There's the line right there. See our trips today right there from San Diego. And then to, now we're heading to KIGM. Kingsman? I'll remember it at some point. What is it? Kingman, Arizona. Kingman Airport. Hopefully we can make some money on this one. Because the last one was a bust. We lost 25 bucks or whatever. What's that down there? It's pretty interesting. All right, so if you guys are thinking about buying an Oculus Rift at the amazing price of $400 or $500, let me know. Or actually, it's $400, $399. What a great price! It's like you should buy 2 of them. I mean, it's so ridiculous. You're getting the Rift, 2 sensors, and touch controllers. You're also getting an Xbox controller for $400. It's an absolute bargain to get into VR. Absolute bargain. And I'm telling you right now, once you've flown in VR, you will never go back to 2D flying. You just the landing alone is so much easier. You won't blow a landing anymore because you're not constantly moving your head around or trying to figure out where the hell you are. It's an amazing experience. Hey guys, thanks for joining the stream. We're heading to Kingman, Arizona. Great movie, Kingsman. Dropping off 2, we're doing flight FSEconomy. We have 2 patients that we're flying there. So we've got 127 nautical miles left to go, as you can see there from the bottom of the screen. About 42 more minutes. And elevation, I think they said it was 3,500. Kingsman. Let's just check the airport again. Is it 3360? So 3400. Making our way to Kingman, Arizona. So say hello in the chat, guys, if you like to have any questions about VR or flight sims or flying X-Plane 11 in VR, which is what I'm doing right now, which is an amazing experience. The airplane I'm flying is an Aerosphere Piper Seminole. It's their version 3 of it. This is one of their first planes I think they came out with. It's a great plane. Looks fantastic in VR. Everything is three-dimensional, including the gauges, and even the needles and the gauges are three-dimensional. So they look very, very real. I've done this one I've done a custom livery on this one, and the Bambino Games colors and logo and stuff. So, and my tail number, which is 328 Tango Delta, and yeah, so it's a cool plane. It's a great plane for FS economy because, you know, like right now, I should probably adjust my trim on my mixture a little bit. Get the EGT correct. But you can fly this plane at 160 knots, 170 knots, and get there in pretty quick time. So it's nice for FS economy. Although in the last job I just did, I lost money, which I don't understand why, but in any event. So 40 minutes to go here. Let me know if you guys have any questions about VR or my video channel, my YouTube channel, or X-Plane 11, or even PC configs and stuff. I can answer questions about stuff like that. So now, I've been trying to stream on Twitch, but I just don't get a lot of people watching for some reason. Most of this flight simulation on Twitch, people want to see the big iron, you know, the jets. And I fly pretty much only general aviation. I like to fly this plane, the SR-20, the Cirrus SR-20, and the Cessna 172. Those are the 3 planes I usually fly. There's also a couple of other Aerosphere, like the Piper Arrow that I fly, and the Warrior. And I also have I have a Carenado Seneca V5, or V, or whatever you say it, which I'll probably use a little bit in FS economy because I think it's got a better payload than this plane does. It's a little bigger. And I think probably the next plane I'm going to buy is a King Air. I think it's that's 6 passengers, and it is a turboprop. I believe a turboprop. So it'll stick within the GA type planes that I want to fly, but that's probably the next plane I'm going to step up to. It's a King Air. But for now, I'm happy with the 3 that I fly. You know, I made a big mistake when I first started with X-Plane 11. I bought like this plane and that plane, and it was too much. You know, I bought 2 Carenado planes, the Seneca V, which is fine. I fly that plane, but also I bought their Cirrus SR-22, which looks really beautiful on their website and all the pictures and the videos, but it is a dog in X-Plane 11 with frame rate. They have to do something about it. I mean, you can barely get it above 20 frames per second. It's a wonderful looking plane. It looks awesome, but it's just a dog. And I found the V-Flight Air SR-20, which is a little different, but it's about the same speed. And that frame rates are much better. So I actually got my money back for the SR-22 and bought the SR-20 from V-Flight Air. And what I like about V-Flight Air is that they are constantly trying to update that plane. So it's a pretty good investment. I think it was only like $25 or $26, something like that. But in any event, those are kind of the planes that I like to fly. So the King Air is probably going to be the next one that I get. I'm not sure which I'll get, but I will probably get a King Air. As the miles tick away, 113 left to go. We'll probably have to take it off autopilot and fly a little bit to the right there to miss that peak. I don't feel like going above 7,800 where we are now, 7,700. This is just like barren desert land out here, where the dinosaurs probably once roamed. EGT looks good, all the temps look good, oil pressure's good. Everything's looking fine, plenty of gas. Everything's looking just dandy. Not sure if we can pick up Kingman. We're probably too far away for that. We got COM 2 on, which is Kingman, so when we can hear it, we'll hear it. It's their ATIS. And Kingman is CTAF, so we'll have to we'll contact CTAF when we get in there and figure out. We'll pick a lane and we'll let me see if it has a pattern information on there. It's probably a good thing to look at. Let's go to sectional. Let's go to take this off here. Let's go to Kingman. That's Bull City. There's Kingman. So what are we doing here? Doesn't say what the pattern is, so assume it's a left pattern. All right, assume it's a left pattern. And well, maybe the ATIS will tell us. Make sure we got our ATIS right. What is it there? One 119.275. We're at 119.275, and our comms is 122.8, and it says 122.8. So we're all set up to get the ATIS from Kingman as we need it. Let's take a look at the airport diagram again. So let's just see here. So let's see how it's situated. Okay. All right. So we got runway 3. Which is probably the one we're going to take. We're going to assume left pattern, so we'll have to go, where's my, oops, did I lose my air? Oh, I lost my window. Sorry, you guys aren't even seeing this. What happened there? Oh, I lost my air monitoring. What? It's messed up. Alright, I gotta... You guys haven't been seeing my map. Let me see if I can boot this thing up again. What is it called? Air manager? Air server. I don't know, somehow that thing died. Okay, now it's running. There we go. You should be seeing it now. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that was off. All right, so there's Kingman Airport, and we're probably going to do, we'll land at runway 3. It's going to assume left pattern. Makes sense because with the way the so we'll come in on the left downwind, and then we'll go 2-1. We'll onto left downwind, and we'll go for runway 2-1. So we're going to be 210. So it's 2-1, and there's our airplane flying along very nicely. Mr. X-Plane, how you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate it. I've seen your videos. I know you're trying to build up your your YouTube channel, so I've seen your videos. Good job. And what we're doing here is a little FSEconomy, flying in VR with using the Oculus Rift, which is pretty cool. All right, we got the. Oh, we're gonna go right in the middle of those two peaks there, which is great. Flying in the Aerosphere Piper Seminole. It's about $24. I was lucky enough they provided this to me as a promotional, so I kind of tell people about it. Full disclosure, they've actually given me a couple of planes. to fly, and I do like all of their planes, particularly in VR. They look really good. They've done a great job as far as the 3D rendering in VR, so I really feel like I'm in the cockpit of a Seminole, which is cool. All right, so we've got 95 nautical miles left to go. We got 31 minutes making our way with this FSEconomy job. Just to go over that again. Let's see if I could pull that up for you here. Where the hell is it? Right there. All right, there's the job right there. We're in going from 27CA, which is Holiday Ranch, to Kingman, or Kingman, and it's 160 nautical miles. 2 patients, $2,000 trip. It cost us $139 an hour to rent the plane, and had to buy gas. So it was like $4 a gallon. It's going to probably cost us, I think I don't know, probably about maybe $200 for gas. Yeah, 5 times 4, say about $200 for gas. So hopefully this will turn out to be a profit. I'm still trying to figure out, get the hang of FSEconomy and be able to be profitable. But that's what we're doing. So this is going to be the last trip of the stream, coming up on 1 hour and 30 minutes. And I did just upload a new video. I'm working my way across the country. I'm on leg 7. Went from where the hell was I? KAMA to Gallup, New Mexico. So, and in my cross countries, I just do a little bit of a chatter about what's going on with the channel and what's going on in the technology with VR and with X-Plane. So it's some good conversation if you want to check that out. All right, we're good here on the peaks. So actually probably could start coming down in altitude a little bit. Because we've got 3,400. We're in no hurry. Might as well fly at 8,000. Barren desert. Wow. How much of the United States is just completely unused and uninhabited? I wonder what I bet you the percentage is like about 40% of the acreage of the land, of the geography, is uninhabited. Probably it's like, I bet you it's 40%, maybe more. Sometimes I think about, we want to spend all this money on going to Mars and figuring out if people can live on Mars. And I mean, why not figure out how people can live out here, right? It's on the planet. It's out of the reach of anything really harmful. You could build colonies out here. I don't know. It just seems like it's, we're always looking outward when you got plenty of stuff that can keep you occupied inward. I don't know. What do you guys think about X-Plane? Any guys opinions about flying an X-Plane? What's your favorite flight sim? Would love to know. Now, I'm pretty sure this is still ortho. There's going to be a point here where I think all of my New Mexico is all ortho, so, in Arizona, so. We haven't crossed into Arizona yet, have we? No, there's the line right there. Well, there's plenty of space to land here if we had an emergency, that's for sure. Always have to be thinking about that when you're piloting, right? If something happened, where would I put the plane down? Definitely would want to probably just stay on the same path, nose up, flaps up, and try to just glide it down at about 70 knots and try to land it. All right, we're ticking off the miles here. No ATIS yet from Kingman. We'll probably pick that up around 30 miles out, 20 miles out maybe. So we're at 060. I think the runway was at 030. So we're going to be pretty much coming right in to enter on the left downwind. So it'll be a nice pattern into, was it runway 27, I think I said it was? Let's check that out. Two 21. So 3 and 21, so 210. So we'll set our heading bug to 210, which, what is it? Yeah, actually it's 213. So we'll set it to 213. And when we hear the ATIS, and that way we'll know how to do our patterns. We could just use the compass to make sure we're at the right angles to the runway. Let's see if we can peer out here with our binocular, or zoom. I call them VR binoculars. Just barren desert, nothing out there. God help you if you crash out here. No one is coming to see you, ever. Check out this side of the plane here. So we've got our gyro and suction, and you got your transponder, which actually I should have on. Flying VFR. Oops. Flying VFR, should be squawking via VFR. In Pilot Edge, you want that on 1200. If you're not doing flight following, just so the tower controllers can see where the hell you are. There's our radio stack. We've got our 530 and our 430 backup. Some odd thing is you can't have COM 1 and COM 2 on at the same time. COM 3 you can have on, but I don't have a COM 3. I only have 2 radios. I don't know where COM 3 is. It would be nice to have a COM 3, but don't have it. So, any event, that's that side of the. Go down here, just take a look at the switches here. You got your strobe lights and your pitot heat, your cabin fan, intake. We want some air in the cabin. We can go over here and just increase the intake. Make it a little cooler in here. Defrost if we need it. Never had to use any of these. And there's our fuse panel. There's our throttle controls down here. Down here we've got our cowl flaps and our rudder pedals. Our emergency gear extension. Never had to use that. I don't see the gas shutoff. I guess there isn't one. There we've got fuel pumps, left right mag for both engines. We've got your master, your left and right alternators for each engine, and your fuel pressure, tanks, amps, cylinder head temperature, oil temp, and oil pressure. So that's all your gauge stuff. Pretty slick. Like I said, one of my favorite planes to fly, an X-plane, the Aerosphere Piper Seminole. Been around a long time, the Piper Seminole. I think probably like the late 70s. Pretty long time. Let's join the stream, guys. Say hello in the chat if you like. Love to hear from you. If you have any questions about VR or PCs or X-plane or anything along those lines, happy to answer it. World peace, well, don't really want to talk about politics, but got my own opinions on this wacky world that we live in. Crazy stuff going on. Sometimes I think if people would spend more time trying to help each other and earn a living and make money and do good, there'd be a lot less time for all the bullshit that we hear about. People complaining about this label or that or blah, blah, blah. It's all kind of ridiculous, if you ask me. To try to live your life by the golden rule, treat people the way you want to be treated, and usually things will work out. Generally, the people that don't do that are the ones that have all the problems. That's why it's called the golden rule. Oops, I just hit the yoke there. All right, so 58. What did we start out at? 160, so we're well past the halfway mark. I like that little label on the bottom there, or the progress meter on the bottom there. Pretty cool. Tells you how far you are, your distance. The ETA is based on Zulu time, I guess. I haven't figured out a way to change that. Don't have a way to change that. Yeah, can't change that. That would be cool if it had estimated time left, ETE. I think it would be better, but that's okay. Still cool to have. Gives you guys an indication of where we are in the process. All right, so 56 nautical miles, 18 minutes. Pretty, not much further to go. Now you see right down there those shimmering shadows. That's from the clouds. Now I try to put them very high up. Those are, I think, are like 30,000. So you get less shimmering when you're higher up, but you still get the shimmering. And that's something that's got to be fixed. I don't know if that's an X-plane issue or if that's a FlyInside issue, but that's one thing that really has to be fixed. Also, an X-plane, if you ever notice, when you're on the ground and you're like on the tarmac or in the, like you're holding short of a runway or something, if you look down, everything kind of like wobbles, goes one more like that. Apparently, they fixed that in 11.0.2. Now, I haven't tried 11.0.2. I don't like to install betas for X-plane, and this one 11.0.2 has been in beta and release candidate state for weeks, so that tells me that there's probably some things they're ironing out. I like to wait until the release is generally available. They've gotten all the bugs out of it, because I'm trying to do streams and stuff and record videos, and if the software's failing all the time and I have to go back to a previous version, it would just be a nightmare. So I even like to wait a little bit after GA comes out. Tony, good morning. Thanks for joining. We need to fly the couch from X-plane. Oh, the couch. Yes. I looked at the couch. I think you mentioned that the last time. I did look at the flying couch. I saw that. Yeah, I'm gonna check into that. After you mentioned that, I looked into it and I saw it's a flying couch. It's pretty cool.
Kingman weather.
Here we go.
Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 21,000 scattered, temperature 8, dew point -25. Altimeter 2992.
All right, so there's no preference on runway. That's the Kingman ATIS right there. It'll come around here again. So we picked that up at 50 nautical miles.
Kingman weather. Wind calm, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 21,000 scattered, temperature 8, dew point -25. Altimeter 2992.
Okay. Oops. All right, so that's our ATIS. We got our CTAF set up for 122.8, which is Kingman CTAF, and we're gonna take runway 21. That's out of heading at 213. So let's go. Set heading bug to 213.
Heading bug set to 213 degrees.
All right, so we know which way we're gonna have to go. So I can look at that compass and know where I have to go to pick up the left downwind, because we're going to go left pattern into 21, runway 21. That's the plan into Kingman. See if we can see it. 45 nautical miles is a long way to zoom, but I don't think we'll see it. It's way over those, probably over that ridge. So this is kind of changing. There was a new release of FlyInside. So now when you zoom and you move, it just moves a little bit, which is actually much better, because then you can really use it like binoculars. It's great. Because in VR, you do need the zoom function, because when you look like here, everything's a little bit of a blur to it. But as you zoom in here, you could really see stuff. And now that's really cool. I like the way, if that's a change, it's a good change. Because it used to be like when you move your head, it was like really hard to see things, because it would just move so much. But that's a cool change. And the fact that I haven't had any black screens since upgrading to the new release of FlyInside. So almost at the point where I'm going to say good job, guys. A couple more flights, and if it doesn't happen, I'm going to say good job, guys. Because that was a pain in the ass. Oh, I'd be flying, you know, a 200-mile flight, and I'd get, or 200 nautical mile flight, and I'd get towards the end, and then all of a sudden everything would go black. And I'd be like, oh, what a pain in the ass. To start over, resume flight, pick it up from another airport, just a pain in the neck. So far it seems like the blackout issue in FlyInside is gone. Let's hope that that's the case. Stream bump. Oops, what do you mean stream bump? What happened? What happened? Well, Tony, thanks for joining in the stream and livening things up in chat a little bit. It's been pretty dead here, so I know that I know you're an X-plane enthusiast, and good to have you here. Appreciate that. Tony, do you fly in VR or do you fly in 2D? All right, so we got 38. So probably over this ridge. And let's just see, where can we, let's just see here. Okay, I'm guessing it's before that green ridge right there, but I still can't really see it. Oh, that's great. I love the way they did that. Now I can move my head and really just use it like binoculars. That's awesome. What a great, that's great. I hope that's the case, and I'm just not, you know, seeing something that's kind of glitchy. But let's go down to, we're going to go down to this is what I don't like about this. I can't. I should be able to hit this. Damn it. Weird. All right, well, I'm not going to worry too much about that. All right, let's see. I know when I'm zoomed in here. That's not good. So let's. I can't. Oh shit. All right. 32. I don't see Kingman on the GPS yet, so I'm imagining it's probably over that green ridge. Probably just over that green ridge. We do have to come down to 34, so... The runway's going to be running this way, so we're going to be coming in over here by the compass. Let me just pull this up and show you. So if I take my runway here, all right, you guys can see this hopefully. So runway, this is 213 here, so it's going, we're actually, where's my compass? Yeah, so it's coming this way. So we're going to enter. We're going to enter this way, left downwind, and come in like that. If I have my calculations right, that's what's going to happen. There's Kingman. You fly with YouTube, X-Plane 11, Rockstar like you. Oh yeah, Jeff, Fly John. When I sell my house, then I'll buy a PC rig, but nothing for me. Can't wait. Cool. Come fly Seattle. Yeah, I think I will fly some Seattle. We'll see if we could do that with FSEconomy. That'd be kind of cool. So you fly with YouTube. Cool. Yeah, that's cool. I fly a lot with YouTube too. All right, 23. We should be able to see it now. Not yet. Might be a tricky one. Let's just check and see how it's situated in these mountains. So there's that ridge right here. Okay, so it's just over that ridge. Okay. Just over that ridge. Let me go to the topographic. There's Kingman Airport. That's where we're coming. So, okay, it gives me a good idea where we want to be. All right, so we're going to actually fly to the crosswind, the left crosswind, which is actually pretty convenient, so that should be cool. We could leave it on this. Remember to zoom that in a little bit more. So let's see if we can. There it is. Okay. Lots of planes there. Holy shit, that's a big airport. Look at all the freaking planes. There's all the jets out there. Holy crap. All right. All right. I think it's time that we take this puppy off autopilot and we bring her on home. We're 16, so at 10 miles south, we'll, are we south of the airport? We're 10 miles west of the airport. We're heading east. Okay. Plane's in our hands. Got to come down to 3,400, so we need to get down here in 14 nautical miles, so. Let's see if we can see our airport. Oops, I don't want to do that. Okay. No, the Oculus novelty does not wear off. It is not a novelty. It is the only way to fly in VR. My humble opinion. Or it's the only way to fly for a flight simulator. All right, I'm going to concentrate on landing here, guys. Kingman traffic. This is Piper 328 Tango Delta. We are 10 miles west of the airport. We're going to be entering on the left downwind for full stop landing runway 21, Piper 328 Tango Delta. All right, so there's an announcement to CTAF. And let me just look on my chart here. There's Kingman. All right, we should be good here. All right. $7,000. Bringing our passengers down fairly slowly. Probably a little fast, but that's okay. All right, so we're gonna probably start to make our turn here. Airfield in sight. Let's get our runway. I believe we're going to be lined up here nicely. I'll check in a second once I get turned here. All right, let's zoom in here. There's our runway. All right, cool. Got it. So we can get a little wide here. And we'll report at 5 miles out, just so everybody knows where we are. Got a little sun hitting the dashboard here, or the instrument panel. I always call it a dashboard. All right, let's get our mixture in. Let's get our, I'm going to start to, wow, we're going at 190 knots. That's very fast. Let's start to slow down here. Kingman traffic, Piper 328 Tango Delta. We are 4 miles west of the airport. We're going to be entering the left downwind for full stop landing runway 21, Piper 328 Tango Delta. All right. Getting down to 5,000. We want to enter the pattern at like 4,500. So we're going to get down there kind of quick. All right. We'll report midfield. Flaps to 10. Start to slow the plane down. No harm in putting the gear down now. Give us a little bit more drag. All right, we're entering the pattern. And we'll report midfield. Beautiful. Let's get our trim up a little bit. Now we're flying at 90 knots, which is great. A little bit faster. Flaps to 20. What happened there? Oh, I did that. Somehow the autopilot went on. That was weird. How did the autopilot go on? Kingman traffic, Piper 328 Tango Delta reporting midfield runway 2 run, full stop landing 21, 328 Tango, or 328 Tango Delta. And then Kingman traffic. Oh, actually I had to end it with Kingman traffic. I'm doing my calls wrong. All right, so we're gonna do, let's see, let's keep our eye on the ball here. Let's go full flaps. I have no idea why the autopilot went on. That was weird. All right, so 45-degree angle from our landing point is a good place to make your left base turn. Kingman traffic, Piper 328 Tango Delta, turning left base runway 21, full stop, Kingman. All right. Let's make our left base. Gear is down, gas is in, prop is in, mixture is in, and we're going to turn final. Kingman traffic, Piper 328 Tango Delta, turning final runway 21, full stop, Kingman. All right, here we go. Let's get a little rudder in there. Help us make the turn. Okay. I saw a lot more airplanes when I was looking from the distance. I guess it was an anomaly of the autogen or something. Let's pay attention here. All right, let's get our... All right. 70 knots. Nice, easy landing. I just have a feeling the plane's going to go to the right. All right, good. Flaps up. And we'll bring this to a stop. Toe brakes. There's all the planes. They auto-genned after we landed. There's a shitload of planes at this airport. Holy shit. It's like ridiculous. All right, here we go. Kingman traffic. Piper 328 Tango Delta, clear runway 21, taxi to transient park in Kingman. All right. There's a King Air right there. That's my next plane. King Air. Park over by the King Air. And hopefully we made some money this trip. These King Airs are nice. All right. Boom. All right. Parking brake on.
Brakes set.
And we are good to go. Time to turn everything off and get our monies. Let's see. Mixture to 0, prop in. We'll turn the mags off. Master off. Left mag. Let's see. Get everything off here. Good. We're good to go. Well, let's see if we made money. Go to economy. And come on. Finish flight. Okay, results coming in on the red side. Aircraft is no longer rented. All right, let's see now. Let's get our Chrome window on here. And let's see if we made some money. That's gone. Log. $477. Let's check this out. All right, income was $2,000. Costs $140 to rent. $300 additional cost. So that's distance bonus. Why is the distance bonus a minus? I don't understand that. It's a minus bonus? That doesn't seem right to me. It said it's $1,000 bonus when I pick the job up. So we get a negative because it's a long distance. I guess I shouldn't complain. We made $477, but that distance bonus happened here. But if I look at this one, I got a positive distance bonus, and here I got a negative distance bonus. I'm gonna have to figure out distance bonus shit out. I don't know what that means, but in any event, I made money. I'm almost at $3,000, which is cool. So this is my 4th flight, and I really am digging. What happens if I view maps here? Okay, so I guess I can show this. Okay, so it shows me the trip. I see. Cool. In any event, you know, I'm earning money, and the FSEconomy thing is definitely pretty cool for sure. But I had to figure out what that bonus, the distance bonus, is, because that seems to be odd. I don't know. What's my favorite airline? Certainly not Delta. I don't know. I think America. I don't know. I'm not sure. They all kind of suck. I mean, in real life. I don't really fly any airlines on simulators, but hey, check out this pattern, man. How's that for a pattern? That is a nice pattern. Look at that. I lined up perfectly, did a really nice left base turn and into there for a land. Actually, what we could do here is, if I can actually, let me stop. I have to save the flight. Save flight. Seminole replay 1. Okay, we'll save the flight. Okay, then if I have to quit, and I have to open it up without VR, and I can show you the landing. Let's take a look at the landing. So if I open up this, kill the VR stuff. Open up X-plane. We can take a look at the landing. I tell you, that's a pretty tight pattern right there. And those tight patterns, that's a result of being in VR. Because your sense of distance away from the runway and where you are as far as being lined up to it, it's all part of that. Seminole replay 1. It just allows you to, I mean, look at that. Look how I was completely parallel with that runway. And that's really good. I'm not saying it like pat myself in the back. I'm saying it that I was able to do that because of the way I could see the runway and line myself up with it in VR. So again, that's one of the benefits of VR, having that ability to really get a sense of where you are in space and time. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. But let's take a look at the landing. Once this loads here, we'll be able to do that. And let's see. So Tony, I take it that you're from Canada, I would guess. All right, so let's see. Let's go to, we're going to kind of go out here a little bit. It's a long flight, so. Long flight. Let's just see here if we can get ourselves out here to where the landing would probably be. It takes a long time to load sometimes. All right, that's a little. All right, so here we are. This is going to be entering the, let's just do a, let's view it from the chase plane. I got to go here and turn off this. Doesn't look all squished. Don't bomb. X-plane. Ah, damn it. Let's try this again. Want to see the landing. I want to see the landing. Load this one. I have SSDs and it still takes a long time to load. I just got to check one thing up. All right, let's try this again now. Let's see, right about there. Let's switch this to Chase. There we are. There's the airport. Why it's bounce. Back wheels kind of first a little bit. Let's just take a look. So I think I hit the back wheels first. Let's just see. Back wheels and then front wheel real quick. Boom, 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 boom. All right, that's cool. Not a bad landing. Didn't damage anything, which is good. So pretty happy with that. So anyway, that's going to cut it for the stream, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. And oh, everything just went black. So much for the blackout. Now, that wasn't flying inside. That's X-Plane. I don't know what the hell happened there. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you checking the stream out, and I'll be back soon with more flying in VR and X-Plane. Have a great day, guys.